From cantonal coins to a unified currency, the birth of the Swiss franc marked a turning point in the nation's history. Before 1850, Switzerland's monetary landscape was, well, a complex mosaic of different currencies. Each of the cantons, and even some cities and abbeys, had the right to mint their own coins. This created a confusing and inefficient system for trade and daily life. Imagine traveling from one canton to another and needing to exchange your money constantly. There were over 860 different types of coins in circulation, each with its own value, weight, and metal content. This made commerce difficult and really hindered the economic development of the young nation. Merchants and citizens alike longed for a simpler, more unified system that could facilitate growth and connect the cantons more closely. This fragmented monetary system was a relic of the old Swiss Confederacy, where individual states held significant autonomy. The coins in circulation included thalers, batzen, rappens, and many others, often bearing the coat of arms or symbols of their issuing authority. The French Revolution and the subsequent Napoleonic era brought new ideas of centralization and standardization across Europe. These ideas influenced Swiss thinkers and politicians who saw the need for a national currency. The creation of a single, reliable currency was not just an economic necessity. It became a powerful symbol of national unity and a crucial step in forging a modern Swiss identity. The turning point came with the Swiss Federal Constitution of 1848. This new constitution transferred the right to mint coins from the cantons exclusively to the federal government. This was a monumental decision that paved the way for a single unified currency. The Federal Coinage Act was passed on May 7, 1850, officially establishing the Swiss franc as the sole legal tender. The new franc was based on the French franc system, with a 5-franc coin containing 25 grams of 90% silver. This decision aligned Switzerland with the Latin Monetary Union, which facilitated international trade and stabilized the new currency's value. The transition to the Swiss franc was a carefully managed process. The federal government began issuing the new coins, and the old cantonal coins were gradually withdrawn from circulation. This standardization brought clarity and stability to the Swiss economy. For the first time, a citizen could travel from Geneva to St. Gallen using the same money. This new currency system fostered a sense of shared purpose and economic integration. The Swiss franc quickly became a symbol of Swiss reliability, stability, and precision, qualities that it still represents today. This unified beginning set the stage for a rich numismatic history, filled with both common coins and extraordinary rarities. A glimpse into the Swiss wallet reveals a fascinating variety of coin types. Swiss coinage can be broadly categorized into several distinct groups, each serving a unique purpose. The most familiar are the circulation coins, which are the workhorses of the Swiss economy. These are the coins used for everyday transactions, from buying groceries to paying for public transport. The denominations range from the small 5-rappen coin to the substantial 5-franc piece. These coins are designed for durability and functionality, often featuring iconic Swiss symbols like Helvetia, the Swiss cross, or a wreath of oak and alpine rose. Their designs have remained remarkably consistent for over a century, reinforcing the sense of stability that is central to the Swiss identity. Next, we have the magnificent Swiss gold coins, which have historically served as a store of value and a symbol of wealth. The most famous of these are the Vreneli coins, particularly the 20-franc Vreneli. These coins were minted from 1897 to 1949 and feature a beautiful depiction of a Swiss maiden, often referred to as Vreneli, with the Swiss Alps in the background. Before the Vreneli, there were the Helvetia gold coins, and special issues like the Gondo gold coins, which were minted from gold sourced from a specific Swiss mine. These gold pieces are not just currency, they are miniature works of art that capture a piece of Swiss heritage and economic strength. A third important category is the commemorative and special issue coins. These are minted to celebrate significant national events, honor important figures, or commemorate cultural milestones. Switzerland has a long tradition of producing shooting thalers, which are large silver coins issued in conjunction with the federal shooting festivals. These coins are highly sought after by collectors for their beautiful designs and historical significance. In more recent times, Swiss Mint has continued this tradition by issuing bimetallic and silver commemorative coins dedicated to topics ranging from Swiss inventors and artists to alpine traditions and technological achievements, making them popular collectors' items. Finally, within all these categories, there exist the rare issues that form the pinnacle of Swiss numismatics. These are the coins that, for one reason or another, were produced in extremely small numbers or have a unique story that makes them exceptionally scarce. This group includes patent coins, which are test pieces never intended for circulation, as well as regular issue coins with incredibly low mintage numbers from a specific year. These rarities, such as the 1886 5 franc or specific Vreneli patterns, are the ultimate prize for serious collectors. Their scarcity and the stories behind them elevate them from simple pieces of metal to legendary artifacts of Swiss history. The anatomy of rarity, or what makes a coin valuable, is a fascinating subject in itself. The primary factor that determines a coin's rarity, and consequently, its value, is its mintage. Mintage refers to the total number of coins of a specific type and date that were officially struck by the mint. A coin with a very low mintage is inherently scarce from the moment it is created. For example, if the mint only produced a few thousand coins for a particular year due to economic conditions or a change in design, those coins will be much harder to find than coins produced in the millions. A clear example is the 1904-20 Franc Helvetia gold coin, of which only 8,000 were minted, making it significantly rarer than other years with mintages in the hundreds of thousands. Historical context also plays a crucial role in a coin's rarity. Sometimes, coins that were minted in larger quantities become rare because most of them were later withdrawn and melted down. This can happen when a country changes its currency system or when the value of the metal in the coin exceeds its face value. The 1886 5 franc coin is a perfect example of this. Although 5,000 pieces were initially struck, a decision was made not to issue them, and nearly all were melted. This historical event transformed a potentially common coin into one of the greatest rarities in Swiss numismatics, with only a handful of examples known to have survived the melting pot. Another key factor is the coin's condition, or grade. A coin that has never been used in circulation and remains in pristine, mint-state condition is far more valuable than the same coin that is worn from use. For many rare coins, only a few examples might exist in top condition, making them exponentially more desirable to discerning collectors. A high-grade coin shows all the original details of the design, just as the artist intended. For instance, a common-date Vreneli in average condition might be worth its gold value, but a perfect, uncirculated specimen would command a significant premium from collectors who value quality and preservation above all else. Finally, collector demand is the force that translates rarity into high market value. A coin can be rare, but if no one wants to own it, its price will not be high. Iconic coins with compelling stories, beautiful designs, or historical significance tend to attract intense demand from the collecting community. The legends surrounding a specific coin, such as the mystery of the surviving 1886 5 francs, can create a mystique that drives collectors to compete fiercely to acquire one. This combination of low supply, or rarity, and high demand is the fundamental equation that determines a coin's price in the numismatic market, turning pieces of metal into prized treasures. The story of the 1886 5 franc coin is one of chance, bureaucracy, and near-total destruction, making it the most legendary of all Swiss coins. In 1886, the Swiss Federal Mint in Bern struck a batch of 5,000 5 franc pieces. These coins featured the classic, standing Helvetia design by Albert Walch, which was used on other silver coins of the era. However, the head of the Federal Department of Finance and Customs, Emil Welti, was not satisfied with the quality of the engraving. He felt that the relief of the design was too low and lacked artistic merit, and he ordered that the entire mintage be withheld from circulation and melted down. This decisive order meant that the 5,000 newly minted coins were destined for the furnace. The vast majority of them were indeed destroyed, their silver repurposed for future coinage. However, history is rarely so neat, and a tiny number of these coins miraculously escaped their fiery fate. It is believed that a few pieces were saved by mint officials or other well-connected individuals before the melting process was completed. These survivors became the only testaments to a mintage that was officially never released. The exact number of surviving examples is a topic of debate among numismatists, but it is generally accepted that fewer than 5 pieces are known to exist today. The known examples of the 1886 5 franc coin are held in the most prestigious collections. One specimen is proudly displayed at the Swiss National Museum in Zurich, where it serves as a centerpiece of the National Numismatic Collection. Another is part of the collection of the Bern Historical Museum, located in the city where it was originally minted. A few others are believed to be in private hands, making their appearance at auction an exceptionally rare and significant event. Each surviving coin is a direct link to that fateful decision made in 1886. A physical artifact of a mintage that was almost completely erased from history. Given its extreme rarity and captivating backstory, the 1886 5 franc coin commands an astronomical value whenever one becomes available for sale. It is widely regarded as the rarest and most valuable Swiss coin. When a privately owned specimen comes to the market, it attracts intense interest from the world's most serious collectors of Swiss and European coins. The price for such a piece can reach hundreds of thousands of Swiss francs, reflecting its status as the ultimate prize in Swiss numismatics. Its value is not just in its silver content, but in its incredible scarcity and the fascinating story of its survival against all odds. Swiss gold coins are treasured not only for their intrinsic value, but also for their beautiful designs and numismatic rarity. Among the most famous is the 20-franc Vreneli, produced for over half a century. While millions of these coins were minted, certain years and varieties are exceptionally rare. For example, the initial patterns from 1897 are highly sought after. One such pattern, known as the Sternlocken Vreneli or forehead curl Vreneli, features a small curl of hair on the maiden's forehead. This design was ultimately rejected, and only a handful of examples were struck, making it a significant rarity that commands a high premium over the standard issue. Another key area of rarity for Vreneli coins involves the mintages from 1926 and 1947. The 1926 Vreneli is a major rarity with a mintage of only 50,000 pieces. Compared to years like 1935, when millions were struck, the 1926 issue is considerably harder to find, especially in high-grade condition. Similarly, the 1947 Vreneli with a mintage of over 9 million might seem common. But, it is its specific historical context that makes it interesting. These post-war issues were primarily minted to serve as gold reserves and were not intended for everyday circulation, meaning that finding well-preserved examples is still a goal for many collectors. The pursuit of a complete date-set of Vreneli coins is a popular yet challenging goal for numismatists. Before the Vreneli, Switzerland produced other fascinating gold coins, including the Gondo gold ducats and 20 francs. These coins are unique because they were minted from gold sourced directly from the Gondo mine in the canton of Valais. In 1893, 1895, and 1897, a very small number of 10 franc or ducat and 20 franc coins were struck with a special marking, a small cross inside a circle to indicate their origin. The mintages were minuscule, with only a few dozen pieces produced for some issues. This direct link to a specific Swiss gold mine gives them a unique historical appeal, making them some of the most coveted and rare items in all of Swiss gold coinage. The rarity of these gold coins is a combination of low initial production numbers and historical significance. Pattern coins like the Sternlocken Vreneli offer a glimpse into the design process of the mint, showing the artistic choices that led to the final iconic coin. Low mintage years like the 1926 Vreneli present a challenge for collectors trying to complete their sets. Meanwhile, special issues like the Gondo gold coins tell a specific story about Swiss industry and natural resources. For collectors, owning one of these rare gold pieces is like holding a tangible piece of Swiss economic and artistic history in the palm of their hand. The tradition of the Schützenthaler, or shooting thaler, is a uniquely Swiss part of numismatic history. These large silver coins were issued to commemorate the federal shooting festivals, known as Eidgenössische Schützenfeste, which have been held in Switzerland for centuries. These festivals are, celebrations of marksmanship, patriotism, and national unity. The coins served both as prizes for the best marksmen and as collectible souvenirs for attendees. Each shooting thaler features a design specific to the host canton and the year of the festival, making them really beautiful and diverse historical documents that capture the spirit of their time. Among the many beautiful shooting thalers, the 1851 5 franc from the canton of Geneva stands out as a particularly rare and important piece. This was one of the earliest shooting thalers issued by the Swiss Confederation after the 1850 currency reform. The festival was held in Geneva, and the coin's design reflects the city's pride. The obverse features the coat of arms of Geneva, surrounded by the inscription Tir Fédéral de 1851. The reverse shows the figure of Helvetia, holding a Swiss shield and a wreath, with the value 5 francs below. It was designed by the renowned Genevan medalist Antoine Bovy. The rarity of the 1851 shooting thaler stems from its very low mintage. Only 7,277 pieces were struck, a small number compared to later issues. This makes it one of the scarcest of all the 19th century shooting thalers. Many of these coins were likely kept as cherished mementos by the festival participants and their families, but over more than 170 years, many have been lost, damaged, or melted. Finding a well-preserved example today is a significant challenge for collectors. Its status as an early federal issue, combined with its elegant design and low production, makes it highly desirable. For collectors of Swiss coins, the 1851 Geneva shooting thaler is a cornerstone piece. It represents the intersection of Swiss federal history, cantonal pride, and the rich tradition of marksmanship festivals. Its value on the numismatic market is substantial, especially for specimens in high-grade condition that retain their original luster and sharp details. Owning this coin is not just about possessing a rare piece of silver. It is about connecting with a vibrant Swiss cultural tradition that continues to this day. The 1851 shooting thaler remains a testament to Swiss artistry and a symbol of the nation's passion for precision and community. To better understand the landscape of Swiss coin rarity, it's really helpful to see the key pieces organized clearly. The following table provides a simple summary of some of the rarest and most sought-after coins in Swiss numismatics. It highlights the coin, its year, its approximate mintage or number of known examples, and the primary reason for its rarity. This overview allows us to compare the different types of scarcity, from coins that were almost entirely melted to those produced in tiny numbers for a special purpose. Each coin on this list represents a pinnacle of collecting for enthusiasts of Swiss history and coinage. This table illustrates that rarity in Swiss numismatics comes in many forms. The 1886 5 franc is in a class of its own, a legendary rarity born from a bureaucratic decision. The Gondo gold coins are rarities of origin, directly tied to a specific location and a special event. Pattern coins like the Sternlocken Vreneli are rare by design, as they were never intended for the public. Low mintage circulation coins, such as the 1904 Helvetia or the 1926 Vreneli, are rare simply because so few were made in those specific years, making them key dates for collectors aiming to complete a set. Each of these coins tells a different chapter of the Swiss story. The shooting thalers speak of cultural traditions and civic pride. The gold coins reflect Switzerland's economic history and its role as a bastion of financial stability. The extreme rarity of the 1886 5 franc is a dramatic tale of survival against the odds. Understanding this catalogue of scarcity helps collectors appreciate the depth and variety within Swiss numismatics. It shows that value is not just about the metal content, but about the history, the story, and the sheer improbability of a coin's existence. These pieces are the highlights of a rich and fascinating field of study. This organized view also helps collectors prioritize their goals. While acquiring an 1886 5 franc might be, honestly, an impossible dream for most, obtaining a 1926 Vreneli or an 1851 shooting thaler is a more attainable, though still very challenging, goal. This hierarchy of rarity creates different levels of collecting and allows enthusiasts with various budgets to participate in the hunt for scarce Swiss coins. Ultimately, this catalogue is not just a list of valuable objects. It is a guide to the most compelling stories that Swiss money has to tell, each one preserved in metal for future generations to discover and appreciate. The relationship between rarity and value in the world of coin collecting is, well, direct and powerful. The fewer examples of a coin that exist, the more people are willing to pay to own one. This is the basic economic principle of supply and demand. For Swiss coins, where the collecting base is strong both domestically and internationally, extreme rarity translates into exceptionally high prices. A coin with a mintage in the millions might trade for a small premium over its face or metal value. However, a coin with a mintage of only a few thousand, or even a few dozen, enters a completely different category of value, where prices can soar into the tens or hundreds of thousands of francs. Let's consider the 1926 20-franc Vreneli. With a mintage of 50,000, it is the rarest regular issue Vreneli. A common date Vreneli might be valued based on its gold content, maybe around 400 Swiss francs today. The 1926 issue, however, can sell for 10 times that amount or more, depending on its condition. Why? Because thousands of collectors are trying to complete their Vreneli date sets, and they all need this one specific, scarce coin. This high demand, coupled with a very limited supply, drives the price far beyond its intrinsic value. The value is not in the gold itself, but in the coin's status as the key to completing the collection. This effect is magnified exponentially for ultimate rarities like the 1886 5 francs. With fewer than 5 known examples, the supply is virtually zero. When one of these coins appears at auction, it is a once-in-a-generation event. The world's top collectors of Swiss coins will compete for the chance to own it. In this scenario, the price is no longer tied to any logical metric like mintage numbers or catalog values. It becomes a matter of how much two or more determined collectors are willing to bid to acquire an object that is, for all practical purposes, unique. The final price reflects not just rarity, but also prestige, historical importance, and the thrill of owning the undisputed best. Condition, or grade, acts as a multiplier on the value established by rarity. For any given rare coin, there are even fewer examples that have survived in pristine, mint state condition. An 1851 shooting thaler that is worn and has scratches might still be valuable due to its low mintage. However, a perfect, lustrous specimen from the same mintage could be worth 5 or 10 times as much. Collectors pay this enormous premium for quality because a high-grade coin is a perfect representation of the original art and craftsmanship. Therefore, the highest prices are always reserved for coins that sit at the intersection of extreme rarity and perfect preservation. After our journey through the fascinating world of Swiss numismatics, one coin stands alone as the undisputed rarest and most coveted: the 1886 5-franc piece from Bern. Its legendary status is not just due to a low mintage, but to its incredible story of survival. The fact that nearly the entire production of 5,000 coins was deliberately melted down elevates its scarcity to a level that no other Swiss coin can match. With fewer than 5 examples known to exist, it is the absolute pinnacle of Swiss coin collecting. Its value is measured not just in currency, but in its historical mystique and the sheer improbability of its existence. Collectors cherish these rare coins for reasons that go far beyond their monetary worth. Each coin is a miniature time capsule, a tangible link to a specific moment in Swiss history. Owning a Gondo gold coin is a connection to the long-lost mining traditions of the Valais Alps. Possessing an 1851 shooting thaler is holding a piece of the patriotic fervor of a 19th-century national festival. These coins are not just metal. They are artifacts imbued with the stories, ambitions, and artistry of the past. For a collector, assembling these pieces is like curating a private museum of Swiss heritage, with each acquisition adding another chapter to the story. The pursuit of these rarities is also driven by the intellectual challenge and the thrill of the hunt. numismatists spend years, sometimes decades, searching for a specific key date coin or a rare pattern to complete a collection. This quest involves deep research, networking with dealers and fellow collectors, and patiently waiting for the right piece to appear on the market. The satisfaction of finally acquiring a long sought-after coin is, honestly, a profound emotional reward. It represents the culmination of dedication, knowledge, and passion. This intellectual and emotional engagement is what transforms coin collecting from a simple hobby into a lifelong pursuit. In conclusion, while many Swiss coins are rare, the 1886 5 franc holds the title of the ultimate prize. However, the true value of Swiss numismatics lies in the rich diversity of its rare coins. From the legendary 1886 survivor to the elegant shooting Thalers and the scarce gold Vrenelis, each piece offers a unique window into Switzerland's soul. Collectors are the custodians of these stories, preserving these precious metal artifacts for future generations. They understand that while the coins are made of silver and gold, their real treasure lies in the history they hold and the enduring legacy of Swiss precision, artistry, and national pride.